I got myself a cheeky little monster, which means one thing and one thing only. I am pregnant. No, I'm just joking. Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Clyde, and welcome back to the video. Now today, we're doing a tier list on every single Clash Royale card, because why the hell not? I love tier lists, they're so great to do, and we did one recently actually, and I kind of missed doing tier lists, they're so fun to do. If you guys don't know me, Clash Royale is probably one of my favourite strategy type games, such a great game. I mean, I'm on over 8k trophies, this is my deck, and I'm not a pay-to-win player. Last thing before we start the video, sorry I look like a mess, I just came back from football training. God, it was hell, so I needed a little rest, I need something chill. So I hope you enjoy the video. Also, sorry for the amount of ads, and by the way, we're not doing heroes and evos, just base cards. So starting off with skeletons. You know what, I'm going to piss some people off already. S tier. You know what, skeletons are such a great card. There's so many cards, by the way, so I'm going to be very quick by saying everything. Might not even like talk about the current card, but honestly, skeleton is such a great card. You know, for one elixir, you can counter quite a lot of good stuff. It's always reliable. It's in my deck. I love skeletons so much. Such a great card. Bomber. Ooh. I say you're like a D tier card. No one uses Bomber. I don't really see a lot of people use Bomber in my arena. It's not really a good used card, you know. And the Evo sucks as well. Goblins, I mean, like, they're like a mid card. You know, I should probably actually rename these lists, actually. There we go, much better, and I even add my my new one, which is SS using Dex, and skeletons won't be in there because you don't always have to use skeletons. So yeah, back to goblins, they're reliable, they're good, you know, you don't have to use them, but you know, they're there if you need them. Spear goblins, you know what? I say they are better than goblins because at least they have, you know, they can attack air troops. So I think, you know, spear goblins are good. Maybe they deserve to be an A tier, but I think, you know, with how weak they are and how they can easily get killed, they're going to be in B tier. Zap. I think Zap's going to be in A, you know. Zap is a good spell card. Really cheap, really reliable. You can't really hate a good Zap. It can kill a lot of, you know, low HP troops as well. You just can't hate the Zap. Knight. Ooh. You know what? It's going to go in S tier. Knight is just a great card, you know, it's really reliable, and it's just such a great card because, you know, it's a good tank troop. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but, you know, it's good. It's a good tank, mini-tank troop. You can't really hate the Knight whatsoever. Archers, you know what? I'm going to do it. They deserve to be an SS, you know. Archers are such a great card, so underrated. Barely no one used them in my arena. They're such a great, you know, troop all around, versatile in every single way possible, and they're just such a great backup card if you need extra defenses. Not gonna lie, the ads are actually kind of pissing me off now, but minions are next. Minions. I think they should go in... You know what? I want to put them in A tier. I know some people might put them in S tier because they are a good card, and I will admit, I just don't really see a lot of people use minions, you know? They are a good card, I will admit, but I just don't see enough people using minions, you know? I never see anyone using minions in my arena. I think because they can easily get countered by, you know, Witch, Archers, Arrows, Zap. They're such an easy card to counter, you know? But they are good against Hog Rider, I will admit. There we go, maybe Force Screen it might be better. Arrows, SS tier. Arrows are so good. Oh my god, a lot of people use arrows, you know. You're either going to use Fireball or arrows, and arrows are just, you know, such a reliable card in every single way. They're good at taking out lower HP troops, especially Witch as well. Like I always use arrows against Witch, especially Evo Witch as well. You can't really hate the arrows whatsoever. Cannon is up next. You know what? Cannon is... I think it's reliable. Like, a high reliable card. I don't think it's amazing, because it can get countered by a lot of troops. And even arrows as well. Like, if you use Hog and arrows, you can easily counter the cannon. And I would admit, Evo cannon is really good, but I just don't think the base cannon is good whatsoever. Hidden Tesla, I know it's in my deck, and I'm going to put it in amazing, but above the Zap. There are better alternatives to Hidden Tesla, but I think Hidden Tesla is just good because, you know, it has that, you know, ability to actually attack, you know, troops from the air. I don't know what I'm even saying. It can hit air troops, basically, which is really good. And believe it or not, a lot of people do use it. The Evo isn't as strong, even though I have it as my Evo. It's a good card, I would admit. You know, it's there if you need it. But 99% of the time, I just leave it in my cycle. You know, I don't cycle it whatsoever. Ooh, mortar. I'm gonna put it in. Okay, it can be good in some decks. Custom decks, no. I always counter the mortar, no matter what. It's such an easy card to counter. Like, I don't know why people use mortar. I mean, it can be good sometimes if you get tower connection, which it rarely does. And I think it has an Evo as well, I'm pretty sure, which I think summons goblins, like one goblin when it's a hit. I don't really know, but mortar is a very weak card. And whenever I use Hog Rider, they always put it in defense, so they never get any profit from using mortar. Barbs is going in reliable, but at the top, you know. Barbs are they're good. You know, for 5 elixir, you get 5 of them. They are really good. I don't think they're as good as they used to be back in the day, because I remember playing Clash Royale like back in 2018 before it was all pay to win. Yeah, you know what? I don't think barbs are good, but you know they are there. But they get countered even by my witch as well, which is surprising. Minion Horde. It's an air card. I never see people use it. I think it's because it costs like, what is it, 6 elixir for 6 minions. It's not great, to be fair. I don't know why. Like, it's okay. I guess it can be good sometimes. Depends what you're using it for. But it's, yeah. Oh, Graveyard. You know what? Graveyard deserves to be in God tier. Graveyard is such a great building. You know, it's such a great building. I don't know why I don't use it, because it's the same price as Hidden Tesla, but it's just so great. You know, I really can't hate Graveyard whatsoever, you know. Up next is Musketeer. She can go... Yeah, she can go in SS tier. Musketeer is a really great card, I will admit. She is so great. Like, a lot of people do use it, and I do struggle against her, you know. Like, if you can play her right, she is a really great card to use. Up next is Valkyrie. Valkyrie, ooh. I think she deserves to be in S tier, you know, but at the top. Valkyrie is a really great card, you know. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's a great tank card. And I do struggle to beat this card sometimes, hence why I always have to use Skeleton King. But you know what? Valkyrie is a really great card, and I love her Evo so much. Hog Rider! Oh, I'm gonna do it. SS tier, but I'm gonna put him there. I'm gonna put him there. Hog Rider is such a good card. Like, it does take some skill in a way, because you gotta predict the arrows sometimes, which I can do very easily. You gotta be careful with what tower he has, because if they don't have a tower, you know, it's an easy win for Hog Rider, and you can predict that whenever they place down, you know, like minions or Skeleton Horde or whatever. What, Skeleton Horde? Wait, what? Skarmy. There you go. But Hog Rider is a really great card. I can't hate Hog Rider whatsoever. Up next is Mini P.E.K.K.A. SS tier. What? Probably one of the best tanks in the game. Like, surely. It's such a great tank card. Like, I can't hate Mini P.E.K.K.A. whatsoever. Such a great card. Fireball. You know what? I might get some hate for this, but I'm going to put it in amazing. Fireball is a great card, but I just don't see when players use it, they can, you know, take out my my push, you know. Like, they always, you know, struggle to use Fireball. I don't know why. It's such a very easy card to counter, even though it does, you know, a lot of damage. I just don't think Fireball is that great. as a card, but it can be quite good if you know how to use it properly. Bomb Tower. It's gonna go in okay. I mean, it's okay. That's the best way to put it, you know. It's an alright card. You can't hate it whatsoever. It's there, it exists, it's there if you need it. I just don't really think it's the best tower to use. Like, yeah, there's better, cheaper options. Goblin Hut. I know this had a big rework a few months ago. Not a few months ago, quite a while ago. I'm gonna put it in reliable. You know, Goblin Hut can be good sometimes, but that new ability that I had, you know, when it like sleeps and there's no troops around, is a little bit annoying. But I don't think Goblin Hut is, you know, terrible. Giant is next. I think Giant is reliable. You know, it focuses on the tower, and it's got a lot of health. But I always see it easy to counter him. You know, it's such an easy card to counter. But I think he can be reliable sometimes. But I feel like there's better cards out there that, you know, go to directly the tower. Up next is Wizard. You know what? Wizard is a great card, I will admit. It's a very good card to use. Can be a little pricey sometimes, but if you know how to use Wizard correctly, he is a joke to get rid of. I struggle to actually counter Wizard sometimes, you know, I will admit. Inferno Tower. It's an air card. You know, I don't see a lot of people use Inferno Tower. It used to be quite good back in the day, I will admit. But I just don't think Inferno Tower can live up to what it used to be anymore. It's very weak, easy to counter, and I just don't see, you know, a lot of people use it. And I think it's because, you know, skeletons, everyone used skeletons in their deck at some point, or currently, and it just struggles to counter any card. It would be quite good if it gets his Evo though. You know, if it gets to the Evo, that'd be quite cool. Rocket, a very annoying card, but it's reliable. You know, it can be good, but I feel like the price just makes it, you know, not the best. Like if it was like 5 elixir, then I would put it in A tier. But I think for 6 elixir, it's not really the best. But it's quite good with Tornado though. Elixir Pump. It's okay. I don't really see a lot of people use Elixir Pump unless you're using Golem decks. I don't really see a lot of people use Elixir Pump. I think it's because, again, it costs like 6 elixir for 1 pump. And you can use that 6 elixir on a card that can actually either defend your tower or, you know, does damage to the other player's tower. That's why I don't think Elixir Collector is any good. Barb Hut. Oh, I'm such a shame that this card is that bad. On paper, it sounds so good. Like, maybe they should rework it like they did with Golden Hut, because no one uses Barb Hut, and it's really sad because I actually really like this card. You know, I like how it can spawn Barbs. It can be quite good if it's at the back of the tower, but it's like what 7-6 elixir. It's so poor for what you get out of it. Mirror. I think it's like a mid A tier card, you know. Mirror can be good, I would admit. It can be good if you know how to use it. But in my personal opinion, I don't think it's that great, because the next time you use it, it costs an extra elixir. For example, you put down Skeleton, which is 1 elixir, then you use Mirror on Skeletons again, it costs 2 elixir, but it levels up that troop. So it can be good for like P.E.K.K.A decks, but I don't really think it's good on its own, you know, because some people do use it in a panic. Rage is a reliable card. I think Rage can be good. It's good at taking out like really weak troops like Skeletons, and it does buff your current card, but you gotta be smart with how you place it, because you might not even get any profit from using Rage whatsoever. Skelly Army. I think it's bottom of amazing. Skelly Army can be good, but actually wait, maybe, you know what, I'm going to put it in C, because currently there are so many ways to counter Skelly Army. you know? It get countered by freeze, rage, arrows, any troop that, you know, does splash damage, goblin curse, and, you know, it's such a really weak card, and it could even be in D tier. It used to be so good back in the day, but it's not really great anymore, sadly. Goblin Barrel is annoying, doesn't take skill to use, but it is good. Actually, it's like the same with Skelly Army. It can get countered very easily, especially with, like, arrows. So I think it's going to be in, like, B, like high B, though. Because skeletons, you know, not skeletons, sorry, Goblin Barrel can be really good, but at the same time, it get countered too easily. It really does. And the Eve, I never see anyone using the Evo for it as well. Baby Dragon is a S tier card. Baby Dragon is really good. Probably one of the best air troops in the game. Because it's reliable, it's slow, but it does the damage right. And it's quite annoying to take out, especially the fact is it does splash damage as well. So, Baby Dragon is really good. Freeze! Oh. Freeze is an amazing card. You know what? I'll put it there. I don't use Freeze, but it can be really useful a lot, especially if you're using, like, Hog Rider or, you know, Giant, for example. Freeze is a great card. Maybe it deserves to be an S tier, but I don't know. I feel like sometimes people use it in a panic to, like, counter Hog Rider, and yet Hog Rider still gets, you know, tower profit anyway. So I don't think it's amazing, but, you know, it's still an amazing card. You know, it's kind of like 50-50 kind of in a way. Maybe it deserves to be in B tier, but I think it deserves to be in A tier. Maybe like lower. Yeah, I have it like here. Maybe above Zap. Yeah, above Zap and above Tesla, I think. Actually, no, below Tesla, I think. Witch. Oh, Witch is going in SS. She's going at the top. Witch is my most used card in the game. My favourite card. Not my all-time favourite card, but I love Witch a lot. She is such a great, reliable card. 5 elixir for what she does is a joke. And her Evo, even though it got nerfed, her Evo is still really good. And I see a lot of people in my arena and other arenas using her, because she is just an all-round good troop, you know. She's good for splash damage, she's good at taking out, you know, mini troops like Goblins, Spear Goblins, Skarmy. She spawns skeletons in as well, which can protect her. She's good against, you know, any mini tanks or just tanks in general. She's a great card. She's basically, you know, everything you need in one card, basically. Prince. Ooh, Prince. It's amazing. You know, I say it's the top of amazing. If you can get the charge to hit on tower, if you can, it's a good card. I feel like he should go for a nerf a bit, because he is quite powerful. And I feel like his damage with his charge is quite strong. But Prince is a good card, I will admit on that. Balloon. Ooh, Balloon, Balloon, Balloon. Balloon deserves to be in... I say B. You know, it's quite good if you have Lumberjack and Balloon. I think it's called, like, Lava Balloon? Something like that? I don't really know what the deck is called, but... Balloon is a good card, I will admit. 5 elixir for him is good. But again, if you have the towers, he's very easy to counter. And he's a slow-moving card. And like my deck, you know, I got Tesla, Archers, Witch to counter it. So I can easily counter him so easily. And with him activated to Rage, he is a powerful card. But again, if you have that, you know, connection, and if you're, you know, good at using him, which a lot of people aren't really good at using Balloon, I will admit on that. Giant Skeleton. I feel like he's been nerfed quite a lot, you know. I don't know, I don't remember him being as strong as he used to be. I think he's a okay card. I feel like if you're playing like a game mode like, you know, 7 times elixir, he's really good on that, but that's about it, you know. I don't see a lot of people use him because he's easily accounted. I just don't, you know, see him as a great card anymore. It's a shame because I used to like him a lot, and you could run clone decks with him, I say, but that's if you, you know, get that tower connection. Because if you do, it's like 5,000, not 5,000, 500 damage, I think it is. But I don't really know. He used to be good, and now he's not. Lightlin, oh my god. Ugh. I think it's an air card, you know. 6 elixir for that. I mean, if you can, you know, get lucky and hit the tower and hit maybe the witch as well, then maybe it's good, but I never see anyone use this. I can't remember the last time I've seen people use this. Expo D tier, but high D tier. It can be good, but I always counter this card. No matter what, I always counter this card. Such an easy card to counter. I don't know, maybe I'm being a bit too harsh on high elixir cards. I just don't really use high elixir cards whatsoever. Don't really see the point in them. But sometimes they can be good, like P.E.K.K.A, for example, which I think is an amazing card. Actually, maybe like an S tier. I'm going to put him high in A, like the top tier in A. Because P.E.K.K.A, for 7 elixir, if you can get that profit done off him, he is really good. But again, with my deck, I can always counter him. And I feel like with time going, you know, more time over time, he's a very easy card to counter now. Golem! Oh, our favourite cards for memes. He's reliable. You know, I think like maybe here, he can be good, but for 8 elixir, you can counter him easily. Because here's the thing is, when someone put down Golem, they wasted 8 elixir, and then you can push the other tower with like Hog Rider and Witch, and then you can stay back, you know, because they have no elixir anymore, and then you can put down, you know, like skeletons or like archers or like Tesla, you know, to fully counter Golem, and that's why I feel like Golem, you know, is such an easy card to counter. Royal Giant, it's okay. I don't actually. Yeah, it's okay. I don't see a lot of people using Royal Giant anymore, but he's okay. He's alright. He's there. You know, he exists. He's there if you need him. Yeah, 6 elixir for him, but I always counter him. 3 Musketeers. I'm drawn to put it in F. I really am, but I might put it low D tier. I don't see anyone use 3 Musketeers. And the reason why, 9 elixir for that. Like, I always say this, I don't like high elixir cards, but 9 elixir being the most expensive card in the game is taking the piss. I think it did have a rework. I don't know what the rework is, because it feels the exact same as the original, which is right here. But I don't know, I don't really see the sudden change in her, but that might be more of a me thing, but I don't really see a lot of use in her. I think because, you know, again, she's 9 elixir, and she can be good sometimes, but I feel like you might as well just use the single musketeer. Dark Prince. I'm surprised I actually know all these names, you know. Dark Prince is a SS tier card. You might hate me on me saying that, but for 4 elixir for what you get off him, he is stupid. He is basically a prince, but better. You know, he's got that shield, he got that sprinting thing, he does splash damage. You can't hate Dark Prince whatsoever for 4 elixir as well. I think he used to be 5 elixir actually, I remember. I might be wrong though, but I remember him being more expensive than 4 elixir. I swear he's 4 elixir though. I might be wrong, but for what you get out of Dark Prince, he is really good. Poison. Poison is an amazing card. You know, if you know how to use it right, it's really good. It can counter Witch quite easily, and like, you know, my whole deck. But it's a very easy card to, you know, use. It doesn't really take much skill, depending on what the person has in his deck, you know. If someone has, like, you know, tanky troops in their decks, Poison is very useless. If they have, like, I don't know, Goblin Barrel, or, you know, like Witch, Garmy, whatever, Poison is a great card to get rid of those. Princess! Ooh, I think her name is Princess. Is a amazing card, again. She is really reliable, you know, she's such a great card. But I always counter her, you know? I always counter her. She only gets, like, 1 chip damage out of my tower. But I don't know. She's a very easy card to counter, but she's also really good as well. So I can't really hate it. I think because, you know, her range is really good. And her splash damage when she hits the stuff is really good as well. But again, like I said, I always counter her. And you can always use arrows or that poison to kill her. Ice Wizard is a... Well, I see he's reliable sometimes. The reason why is because he doesn't freeze troops, he just like slows them down. But his damage output is so weak. Like, really, really weak. Maybe, actually, I'll put him, like, maybe here. Actually, not there, sorry, there. He's quite good, I will admit. But, again, I feel like, you know, his damage kind of ruins it, you know. Fire Spirit is I see it's a reliable card. I mean, I don't see a lot of people use it. But he's there. He exists. He's adorable. Furnace. This had a big rework, as it used to be this thing right here, which nobody used. If that was still the case, that would be an F. I don't see a lot of people use him anymore, because he got nerfed quite badly, and his Eva got nerfed badly as well. So I'm gonna put him in okay, because he is better than his original cards. But the rework one can be sometimes good. Very annoying to counter when he first came out, but he's just really weak now. Guards. I bloody hate people saying that this card is bad. I think guards are, if not, one of the best cards in the game. Such a reliable... Maybe I am being a bit biased because this is my favourite card in the game. So, I'm going to put him, like, here. I say that, oh my god, for 3 elixir for what you get out of him, he is such a great card, honestly. He is my favourite card in the entire game. But what you get out of him is so great. And when he gets tower damage, you know, he can hit a lot of good damage. He's a good chip damage, you know. I love guards so much. Such a great card. And I hate when people generally disrespect on him because he is so underrated. Miner is okay. Sparky is... I mean, yeah, I feel like I can counter him quite easily with my deck. He isn't really annoying, and for 6 elixir, he can be good if he gets tower connection. If he does, which is rarely, never. What the fuck is your name? I'm gonna say Lava Hound, I think it is. It's an F tier card. I see no one use this. It's good at, you know, it's a good tank card. The damage output is weak as hell, and I always see him with Balloon as well, if I do see the card, which is never, like I mentioned. Ice Spirit is, I would say, is the best spirit out of all the other spirits, and I think it's like a S tier card, because if you can use him correctly, he is a great card, but his Evo sucks like hell. Bowler. Bowling! Bowling is a Bowler is an S tier card, you know. You can't really hate on him. For 5 elixir for what you get, he's a really reliable card, you know. I can't hate him whatsoever. Log is I don't know. Because I feel like Loki is an amazing card, but Barbarian Barrel is like an S tier card. Because they're the same elixir costs, but you get a barb in the barb barrel. So I feel like barb barrel is just better than the original, than just log in general. I feel like, you know, barb barrel should be replaced. You know, you get rid of him and make log that Evo. So basically, he's gone, but he is an Evo of log. If that makes sense. Lumberjack is a S tier card. You know what? Lumberjack is really good. I must admit on that. Really good cards. If you can use him correctly, he is probably one of the best legendaries in the game if you know how to use him correctly. He is such a great legendary. Ice Golem is yet another good card. Might have to put it in S tier, you know. For 2 elixir for what you get, he doesn't do a lot of damage, but he is good. He is really good. Minion armor minion. I don't really know what the name of this card is. Forgot. It's reliable. I mean, it's like what, 4 elixir. I think it's there if you need it, but I don't see anyone use it that much because, you know, minions exists. Actually, I might put minions in S tier. You know, Yeah, put minions in S tier. Inferno Dragon can be reliable if you get that tower connection. And I will admit, I do actually struggle to counter Inferno Dragon. I will admit on that, but he's okay. He exists. Graveyard. I'm gonna put him in A tier, like the high A tier, because I can always counter him. But if you can't, then he can be a good card. E-Barbs. Ooh, E-Barbs is another amazing card. You know, I think he deserves to be, like, maybe here. Maybe put Mirror a bit down, like there. E-Barbs is really good. For 6 Elixir for what you get, they are really strong. And if they get Tower Connection, fucking hell, you're screwed. They do, like, what, 400, 300 damage? And they attack quite fast, you know. Tornado is an SS tier card. I say it's one of the second best spells in the game. Such a great card to use, because you can get, you know, King Tower activation, you can, you know, pull troops away. And remember, Tornado and Rocket can be really great, but Tornado is just a great card. But sometimes people do use it if they're, you know, in a big panic state, you know, if you're rushing them, which it just makes things 10 times worse for them. So sometimes they can be good, but if that's only if you're good at using Tornado. Clone is an F tier card to use. Clone can be sometimes good. Actually, I might put it in D tier, sorry. Clone can be sometimes good, but it gets countered so easily by splash troops or arrows, because, you know, the clone has, like, what, 1 HP, I think? So it dies so easily. E-Wizard is a... I think he's a reliable card, you know. I think E-Wizard is probably my favourite wizard out of the 3. But he can be sometimes good, but I think his damage output is really weak. Goblin Gang is S tier. Really good to use, you know. I think, you know, using Goblin Gang over Skarmy is better because, you know, you get 3 goblins and 3 spears. I'm pretty sure back in the day, you used to get, like, I think, like, 5 goblins. I might be entirely wrong. But Goblin Gang, you know, together for, like, what, 4 elixir, I think it is, or 3, is a really good card. Maybe I'm putting it too high, maybe, like, here. But Goblin Gang is a really good card to use. Dark Goblin is an easy SS tier card. Jesus Christ, such a great card. If you get Tower Connection, you might be doing a lot of good damage. You might get like 700 damage off, maybe a bit more. But, you know, he's good for chip damage because 99% of the time, right, if they use Dark Goblin, you know, like, if you use him, I swear they never, you know, counter him. They just let him, you know, take the tower, basically. And his Evo, you know, is worse now, but again, he's still a reliable, great card to use, and, you know, his speed is a bit more slower, but his damage output is really good. Battle Ram... it's reliable. It can be annoying sometimes, but again, towers exist, and once, you know, you put down that tower, you're kind of, you know, they're kind of screwed. You know, I feel like I can counter him very easily with, like, skeletons and guards as well. Executioner, you know what? I rarely see this card, but it's really underrated. I'm gonna put him in A tier. You know, Executioner can be really good. I remember his old card when, you know, he didn't have that tooth. His tooth was missing, but Executioner was a really, you know, is a really good card. You know. The one thing I don't like about Executioner is his sign. He looks like a very lustful man. Bats is a... Ooh, Bats is... I say is an amazing card. You know, Bats are good. They're very cheap. 2 elixir. You can't hate them. Heal Spirit is a F tier card. I see no one use it. You get nothing out of him. He is basically useless. Bandit is... Bandit is reliable. I always counter her, but for 3 elixir, she is quite cheap, I will admit. Night Witch is okay. I rarely see people use her, but she is good sometimes. I mean, I feel like she should spawn in 3 bats, not 2, in my personal opinion. Then if she like spawns in 3, maybe she'll be in like A tier. But if spawning in only 2 makes her a really bad card. Skeleton Barrel, I don't see anyone use it. I rarely do. I might put it in reliable because it can sometimes be good. I just don't see anyone using it. What is that? Flying Cannon? I don't remember this card. I don't even... Like, this is the most forgettable card. No one uses this card. Flying Machine, I think it's called, actually. I swear no one used this. It's going to go in F. I swear no one uses this. I don't see anyone use this. Heck, I don't remember the last time I've seen people actually use this card. No one uses this card. Cannon Car. Again, another card I just don't see. I think it's got to go in D. It's a very weak card. I rarely see the cannons being used other than the actual main cannon. Mega Knight, God's sake. Oh, where do I put Mega Knight? I might, you know what? I might generally put him in A tier. You know, Mega Knight is pretty good, I will admit. But I always counter Mega Knight. For 7 Elixir, for what you get, he's annoying. I feel like what they should do, you know, to nerf him so it's a bit more easier, get rid of his splash damage, or make it, like, really small, so you can only kill, like, 2 skeletons or something like that. But, oh, Mega Knight, I always counter Mega Knight. Mega Knight's such an easy card to counter. I swear. With my deck, I always counter him. Zaps. Zappies? Or Zaps? I think they're called Zappies. They're okay. They exist. They're there. They're very easy to counter. I mean, I feel like Arrows can one-shot it, but they're alright. Hunter is reliable. That's the best way to, you know, to put him. He's just reliable. He's there. He's good. He's okay. You can't hate Hunter. His Evo is really good, though, I will admit. Royal Ghost for 3 Elixir for what you get is an SS tier card. I need to use him more, because I feel like with my deck, I don't have a lot of tanky troops. So I feel like one day I could, you know, replace guards over him or skeletons over him. Because he's a very easy card to use. And he is such a great card for defense and also pushing attack as well. Magic Archer, probably one of my favorite range cards in the game. I'm going to put him SS tier, you know, like maybe there. He's a great card. What make him broken if he can be like the same range as Princess, because he can hit the tower, you know. He can do it without actually going near the tower, but he just doesn't want to. He's a very good card, but I feel like, again, I can counter him quite easily. Rascals, I mean, yeah, they're okay. I think like maybe there. I mean, like, he's okay. I feel like I might put World Giant a bit higher up. But Rascals are, like, they exist, you know? You either use them or you don't use them. I feel like they should be 4 Elixir, not 5, if they are 5 Elixir. If they're 4 Elixir, then, damn, like, really weak card. Snowball is a S tier card. I might put it, like, there. It's a very great card for 2 Elixir because it freezes enemies, and, you know, its Evo is really good as well. But I don't see a lot of people use Snowball, you know? Is it called Giant Snowball or just Snowball? I don't really know, but I just noticed a lot of people use it. Royal Recruits. Ooh. I might put it bottom of Amazing. Like, above Mirror. I feel like Royal Recruits is good. But again, I feel like I can counter them very easily. You know. And I still don't understand what their Evo is. Like, I just don't understand what their Evo is whatsoever. Royal Hogs. Oh, it can be annoying if you get them split up in pairs of 2, but again, I feel like they're quite countable as well, but not as countable at the same time. I might put it in maybe above, maybe there, I might say, you know. I mean, Royal Hogs are good, but again, it depends how you use them, but I feel like I can counter them quite easily. What is this? Giant Goblin? I don't remember the name of this card. I say reliable as well. I mean, he's basically a giant with 2 goblins, but you can just do the same with Prince. Not Prince. Like, yeah, you could do Prince, or you could use archers, but cost more elixir, so he's not too bad. But I feel like his damage output is quite weak. E-Dragon. To be fair, I actually see this card quite a lot, you know, which is surprising because I feel like this card is quite disappointing, or not a lot of people use it. I think because it's 5 elixir, it can be sometimes good. But again, I feel like it's another card that can be countered quite easily. So I'm going to put it in C. Ram Rider used to be quite good back in the day. Isn't as good now. And I feel like she's been nerfed quite badly. I think she's a reliable card. Maybe like here, I'd say. She can be good, but I never see her anymore. Warbreakers. Ooh. Again, I feel like I can counter Warbreakers quite easily. But I do see a lot of people use Warbreakers as well. So I think Warbreakers are like a really good card. Like maybe here? Because again, I can counter them. But if they get that tower connection, they're doing like what, 300, 400 damage for two elixir as well, which is really good. Earthquake, I don't think I've ever seen people use Earthquake. I don't remember. I mean, it slows down troops kind of, and it's good for taking out buildings. I feel like it's an air card because I never see anyone use Earthquake. Goblin Cage is god tier. Very reliable, very good. The Evo is really good as well. He's a good card for what 3 elixir I think it is. You can't hate Goblin Cage. Fisherman is used to be one of my favourite legendary cards. I think it's an amazing card. I don't see Fisherman a lot, but for 3 elixir and it drags in troops, and you can even do tower activation as well. I think it's quite good. He is Elixir Golem. I've always been drawn to not like this card because I always counter it, but it can also be quite annoying, especially with healer as well, battle healer. I think it's a very reliable card, and the reason why I'm putting it in B is because I feel like the enemy gets the elixir back, you know, so you have the elixir to counter him. So that's why I don't like him. But he's a good card if you know how to use him correctly, and he can make a good push as well, which does put pressure on the enemy as well. Battle healer, it's annoying, but I say it's another reliable card. You know, like battle healer is good. It can be very annoying, especially in Mega Knight decks, but you know, she's just there, I guess. Firecracker is... I'm drawn to S and SS tier. Maybe like the higher S tier. Firecracker is really good, but again, a very easy card to counter with like really, you know, cheap spells. But Firecracker is a good card. Royal Delivery... You know what? SS tier, like maybe there. The only problem I have with this card, it takes about 50 years for him to come. Heck, you can probably buy like 2 things off Wish and they will arrive before he does, which is saying something. But honestly, he's a good card, but again, it does take, you know, patience to use them, and you know, it takes that long, they can always hit the tower instantly, so he can be good, and his splash damage is really strong. What are these skeleton flying things? I don't remember the name of these. They're okay. I think maybe they're reliable, you know. They can be good, but again, I feel like I can counter them very easily. E-Spirit is okay. Yeah. E-Giant is also okay. I mean, I don't see a lot of people use him. He can be good sometimes. He's just there, I guess. Mother Witch is I see Mother Witch as a god tier card. You know, I don't see her a lot. Actually, maybe like an A tier. Maybe I'm being a bit too generous, like maybe here. Mother Witch is really good, especially with my deck, because I feel like I can get countered by her very easily, but also not. She is good, because if you have, like, you know, goblins or skeletons, you know, you can easily counter them just by using Mother Witch, and, you know, you get hogs to attack the tower. So she's a good card, but sometimes she can be quite bad. You don't really get a lot of profit out of her, but she can be good sometimes. Goblin Drill. The less we say, the better. Golden Knight. Golden Knight. He is good. I think he's like I say he's reliable, you know. I don't see a lot of people use him. He attacks quite fast, but again, I feel like I can counter him, especially with my cards them being weak. So I don't know why. I feel like he is just really weak. Archer Queen. I think she costs like what, 4 elixir. I think she's like an S tier card. You know, I think she's a really good card to use. Very easy to use. And her ability, you know, when she goes invisible, can be really annoying, especially if she gets tower connection. Skeleton King. Oh, this is very biased. Oh, I might put him in S. Yeah, I see maybe there. I feel like the reason why he's so good is because when people see him, they instantly put down a tower. And then, you know, they destroy that tower, and he can use his ability to, you know, counter everything. Because, you know, he spawns a graveyard on top of him, a walking graveyard. And him and Witch together is just broken. You know, he is such a great card to use. Mighty Miner is, I say, okay. I don't know why. I just never really seen good things from him. Especially the fact is, you know, he can start drilling, and then he can move a bomb away, and then he's in the lane by himself, and then you can put down something else, like, I don't know, skeletons to counter him. Like, skeletons can counter him, that's the sad thing about it. Phoenix is an F tier card. Oh, such a bad legendary. Honestly, I rarely see people use Phoenix, you know, such a bad card. Monk is... he can be reliable, I'd say. He's a reliable card. I see up there. He can be good if, you know, if your enemy is using like Firecracker or Fireball or Rocket or something. But I feel like you get like little to nothing out of him sometimes. Little Prince, ooh, cheap. I will admit, very cheap. Even his ability is quite cheap. But I feel like he's quite weak. But I don't know. I'm drawn to it. Maybe I say B, like there. You know, like he can be good. Maybe I'll say here. He can be really good, I will admit. But I feel like I never see him, and if I do, I can counter him quite easily. Void. Oh, it's a very F tier spell, you know. It's very, you don't get nothing out of Void, I think. You know, and I rarely see anyone use Void whatsoever. Actually, these are the two. Aren't these the two same? I never seen that card. Wait, hang on. Goblin Demolitioner. I've never seen this card before. Is he new? I don't remember unlocking him, but I got cards for him. Oh, I see what he does. But I've never seen him before. But from what I've seen from the image and the video, I guess he can be, like, okay. I've never seen that card before. That's weird. Goblin Curse. Ugh. I know it's going to be one of these 3. I say here. Yeah, I say, you know, top of amazing. Because it is quite close to an S tier card. It can be good. But I feel like, you know, I feel like when people use it against me, they never get any value out of it. And I use cards that are quite weak, like Skeleton Guards and Witch, that have skeletons in them. Goblin Machine. I don't know if I even have this card unlocked as well. I know I'm missing like 3 cards, but I don't know which ones I'm missing. But this one, I mean, like, yeah, it can be good. I'd say he's like maybe on top of okay. I mean, like, I never see him, but he can be good sometimes. Sneaky Bush. Ooh. Quite an annoying card to counter, I will admit. I think it's because when I put down Tesla, you know, it stays up for a few seconds and it goes back down. And the time that I put down the thingy, he's already, you know, at my tower. If you can get that connection to the tower, he does a lot of damage. So I say he's an amazing card. Like maybe like I say here, he is quite good. But again, you could just use like arrows to destroy the bush or something like that. Is that Goblinstein? I think it's called Goblinstein. I don't know. I've never used this card before. I think it's another card that I'm missing. For what I've seen though, I feel like it could be a reliable card sometimes. Actually, maybe like an okay card. Like maybe here, I say. I don't really know because the ability is quite awkward to use. I feel like by the looks of it, I don't really know. I feel like when people use it when I go against it, they get like nothing out of it. Rune Giant, oh my god, is only good if you have the chef's thingy on. I think that's an F tier one. I've used it once. I don't know what the fuck it does. That's the best way to put it. I don't know what it does. The annoying ginger child. You know what? Berserker is really underrated. I will admit. I think Berserker's got to go, like... I say here. For 2 elixir for what you get from Berserker is really good. It may be a bit too generous. I don't know, because I feel like Lumberjack is better. I don't know. Maybe like these cards are a bit in like random orders, but Berserker is good sometimes. Like, if you know how to use it correctly, I feel like she's quite good against Mega Knight actually. Like, if Mega Knight's distracted, because she attacked quite fast. I don't know. I'm quite drawn to Berserker because Berserker can be a good card. It can also be an annoying card as well, and also a weak card. It's kind of like the whole package, you know. Boss Bandit. This card is good. That's way to put it, you know. I think maybe here, the 6 elixir for what you get out of Boss Bandit is really good. But I feel like I always counter her because, again, Skeleton's Guard, which easily counter her. The Spirit Empress. I don't know what this ability is. Is that the same card? I think she spawns in with the dragon, and the next card she spawns in without the dragon. I don't know. I never see her. I never use. I don't know if I don't think I even have her as well. I might just put like maybe like her there, maybe her there. I don't fucking know. I've never seen this. I rarely see people use this card. Last but not least is Vines, which is the last normal card that's not, you know, a Evo or a hero or whatever. I say Vines is, you know, pretty amazing, you know. I feel like if the duration was a bit longer, then it could be better. Because I feel like, you know, people use Vines against Hog Rider when I use Hog Rider, and I still get tower damage either way. But maybe if the Vines were a bit longer, and it, you know, isn't really good against, you know, multi-target troops like, you know, Guard, Skellies, and Witch. So I feel like Vines can be quite disappointing, but I don't know. I feel like Vines can also be quite good. And that is the list. Yeah, you know what? I am pretty happy with this. If I could change something, maybe put Lava Hound a bit higher up, because he has some use, I guess. Maybe Bomber a bit harsh on, but again, I'd rarely see Bomber. So I don't know what the hell these 2 cards do. Like, I've never seen them, rarely. Sparky, maybe I could put it into C. I don't really know. Got nerfed quite badly though. C tier, maybe Night Witch could be higher. Maybe Royal Giant as well. Maybe Mino as well. I don't know. Mino is a pretty mid card either way. Doesn't really do a lot of damage, so you can counter it quite easily. B tier, maybe Golem and Giant a bit higher up. I think maybe Little Princess, Little Prince can be higher as well. Ram Rider, maybe higher as well. Maybe Cannon could be higher as well. Maybe Rage as well. I don't know. B could be, you know, changeable quite easily as well. A tier, I like all of A tier apart from Mirror. Maybe I'm a bit too kind on Mirror, but again, I see quite a lot of use with Mirror. But I do like this A tier. I think I'm quite accurate with A tier. Maybe Mega Knight should be an S tier. But again, I feel like I can always counter Mega Knight. S tier. I like S tier. Maybe Knight, Wizard, Firecracker, Skeletons, Valkyrie, Bowling Bowler. Could be an SS. I could see, but I don't know. And SS tier, I am very happy with, you know, the cards in SS tier. Apart from Tornado, maybe I was a bit too generous on Tornado because, you know, you're not always going to get great profit out of Tornado. So maybe I might put it down to Amazing, actually. Like a really high Amazing. Like maybe there, or like, I say there, actually. Actually, yeah, you know what? There, I say. So yeah, that is my entire list. I'm pretty happy with it. I can't hate it whatsoever. So yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Sorry that this video is quite lengthy. I don't really like making lengthy videos. I've been recording for over an hour, so I'm sorry it's a bit lengthy. And just remember, this is my opinion, so we're all entitled to our own opinion. So don't go in the comments and attack me. Like I said, we're all entitled to our own opinion. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, then consider subscribing. Helps out a massive ton. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.